In the quiet streets of San Francisco, Mark Dwyer, a middle-aged taxi driver, starts another routine day. His cab smells of coffee and old leather. He's known in the city for his politeness, always greeting passengers with a warm, "Good morning." That day, he picks up a nervous young woman named Ella, who's rushing to a hospital. She says nothing but looks pale and worried. Mark, sensing her anxiety, drives faster than usual, avoiding red lights with precise skill. When they reach the hospital, Ella realizes she forgot her wallet. She panics. Mark just smiles and says, "Go. Take care of what's important first." He refuses her payment and drives off quietly. But inside, there's something deeper stirring in him, something he's been hiding for years. At lunch, Mark pulls out a small, weathered notebook. Inside are names, dates, and short stories of people he's met through his taxi job. Each page is titled, "Good Deed, No Return Expected." He's been secretly helping people in small ways, buying meals, driving patients for free, leaving anonymous cash envelopes. It's his personal mission, but no one knows why. He looks at one name, Grace Dwyer, written in bold ink. He stares at it, eyes moist. It's his late daughter. The notebook, it turns out, began after losing her 5 years ago. Helping others became his way to keep her kindness alive. One afternoon, Mark picks up a quiet passenger wearing worn-out clothes, an ex-soldier named Daniel, recently homeless. Daniel mentions he's been searching for work but can't get hired without an ID. Mark drives him not just to the shelter, but to the DMV, helps him with paperwork, and pays the small fee out of his pocket. Before Daniel leaves, Mark hands him a small keychain, a yellow star. "It belonged to my daughter," he says softly. "She believed every good act lights up a dark world." Daniel nods, touched. But Mark's kindness doesn't go unnoticed. Someone has been watching him. A woman named Sarah enters Mark's cab. She's a journalist working on a story about unsung heroes of the city. She recognizes Mark from multiple people she interviewed, people whose lives mysteriously improved thanks to an unknown taxi driver. When she subtly questions him, Mark brushes it off. "I'm just doing my job." But Sarah's curiosity grows. She starts secretly following his taxi routes. What she discovers shocks her. Mark donates money anonymously to struggling families, sometimes leaving envelopes marked only with "Keep Believing." One stormy afternoon, Mark picks up a man who looks agitated and keeps checking his phone. The man suddenly demands, "Drive to the bank, fast." Mark senses something wrong. At the bank, the man confesses he's about to rob it. He's desperate, his daughter is dying. Mark talks him down during the drive. "If you do this, she loses her father forever. Let me help instead." He gives the man $2,000 from his savings, money he was keeping for his own medical treatment. The man breaks down crying. Mark just says, "Promise me you'll never go down that road." The man nods. Mark drives off, weaker than before. The audience senses Mark is hiding something about his health. Sarah finally confronts Mark at a cafe. She tells him she knows everything, that he's helped over 50 strangers in quiet acts of kindness. Mark doesn't deny it. He explains that after losing his daughter to cancer, he was diagnosed with the same illness but kept working to fund treatments for others instead of himself. "I couldn't save her," he says. "But maybe I can save someone else." Sarah is stunned. She begs to tell his story, but Mark asks her to wait. "Let's keep it between us for now." Months later, Mark's health declines. He still drives, refusing to stop. One morning, Sarah gets a call. Mark's taxi was found parked by the ocean, empty. On the dashboard lies his notebook and a letter addressed to her. It reads, "If this story ever reaches others, don't make it about me. Make it about what one small kindness can do. Every ride is a chance to change a life." Inside the notebook's final page, there's a new name, Sarah. She'll tell the world. Sarah publishes an emotional documentary titled The Taxi Driver's Secret. The story goes viral. People across the city begin paying it forward. Drivers offering free rides, citizens helping strangers. Envelopes appearing on doorsteps marked, "Keep Believing." Daniel, the ex-soldier, opens a small community shelter in Mark's memory. At the shelter entrance, a plaque reads, "For Mark Dwyer, who drove not just miles, but hearts. The film ends with Sarah riding in a taxi watching the city go by. The driver smiles in the rear-view mirror and says, "Where to, miss?" Sarah smiles back and whispers, "Anywhere kindness takes us." True kindness doesn't seek attention or reward. It lives quietly in everyday actions. Even the smallest gesture of compassion can create ripples that change countless lives. When we help others without expecting anything in return, we keep humanity alive. You don't need fame to be a hero, just a heart that cares.